Hey guys, just before we start this video, I wanted to announce that the giveaway on the channel is officially over, and the winner has been picked. You can check the description for more information. And if you were the winner, please contact me on Instagram. You can DM me, and I will get your information that way and get your prize sent out to you. Alright, now on to the video. Recently, I have gotten back into my absolute obsession with Pokemon. Like many of you who grew up in the 1990s and the early 2000s, I bought all of the games that I could afford to, I watched the anime, I had Pikachu plushies and t-shirts featuring the original Kanto starters. But over time, as I grew up and realized I had no money to spend on new consoles every year, and as school and jobs got in the way of primetime television, I lost my interest. Until recently, when I began playing Pokemon Go again. And now that I have picked up my childhood obsession once more, I thought it was time for a Pokemon-themed series of videos. First up, conspiracy theories surrounding Pokemon Go. Welcome to the Crafty Cryptid, a channel dedicated to the eerie, the chilling, and the bizarre. If you enjoy this type of content, click subscribe and ding the notification bell. I post once a week on this channel. Today, let's dive into some of the crazy theories that hit America by storm when Pokemon Go first came out. Number 1. Pokemon Go was released by Niantic to keep the American people's anger quelled and prohibit them from rioting. Mere days after it hit the App Store, rumors circulated on Twitter that the publishing of the game was actually a false flag campaign deployed in the wake of the tragic shootings of 2016 in order to distract protesters and calm everyone down. This is downright absurd since the game was already being played in Japan way before the shootings. And, if that was the case, it obviously didn't work. Number 2. It's a play by Niantic to get you roped into capitalistic ideals. Before Pokemon Go was released, Niantic had built a much less successful AR game called Ingress, which really did have a goal of obtaining user data for advertising usage. Part of the vision for Ingress was to get brands to pay to have the game entice players to visit physical retail locations and buy stuff. Pokemon Go uses a lot of the same user data to map out features of the app, which is why initially some Pokestops were in very inappropriate locations, such as the 9/11 memorial, memorials to aborted babies, churches in the middle of weddings or funerals, police stations, gay bathhouses, strip clubs, and even cemeteries. Though this was eventually fixed, there is still a part of the game that mimics Ingress's vision. Brands really can sponsor their retail locations as Pokestops. The other day, while I was out catching Pokemon, I realized that every Verizon store in my city was one of these featured sponsors. Did it make me want to walk into a Verizon store and buy a phone? Absolutely not, Verizon sucks, but it did get their name and location mapped out in my brain. If this really is a ploy to encourage people to shop at their physical retailers, then why let people spin the Pokestop if they are just walking near the location rather than being inside of it? I can tell you for certain that no one I personally know has ever purchased anything because a Pokestop led them to the store. Number 3. Niantic is secretly in bed with either the CIA or Google. Pokemon Go can access a lot of your personal information on your device, that is true, and those who believe this conspiracy theory point to Niantic's parent company being Google. Sounds Orwellian, right? Well, it would if it were true. Niantic separated from Google a full year before Pokemon Go was released, and does not give any of its, quote, mapping technology to the tech giant. Even if it did, there isn't much Niantic would be offering that Google doesn't already have. The playing field of Pokemon Go is pretty basic, whereas Google Earth and Google Maps can be incredibly detailed. The founder of Niantic Labs, John Hanke, started out with a software company whose groundbreaking mapping platform eventually became Google Earth. So, you know, Hanke's already got everything he needs to know about you. Go ahead and chase that Snorlax around town. Number 4. Michelle Obama is secretly in control of the entire thing. I'll be honest, when I first read this theory, I literally laughed out loud. People seem to think that since the Obamas left in 2016, they either had nothing going on or were bored enough to create a globally played video game, or they still wanted to exude some sort of control over people, so they created Pokemon Go to continue Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign. Number 5. Last but not least, Pokemon Go was actually secretly used to spy on Americans and give our information to enemy governments. A day doesn't go by when some theorist group somewhere accuses some form of technology or software of spying on people, either for our government's benefit or the governments of other countries. And it was no different when Pokemon Go first came out. This theory circles the question, what if Pokemon Go, or any mobile game that becomes viral overnight, was hacked by intelligence agencies to conduct massive surveillance operations on unsuspecting citizens? There is no indication that Pokemon Go is spying on you, don't worry. But there is some troubling wording in their terms and conditions which have raised eyebrows amongst the more easily spooked. It also doesn't help that the aforementioned John Hanke, who basically created Google Earth, was linked to an intelligence operation by the CIA. Unfortunately, users on Reddit have not done a great job of quelling fears either. One Reddit user proposed that if enemy governments wanted a look inside of important buildings, they need only to hack into the game and spawn desirable Pokemon inside that building. Of course, this is true of anything. If a hacker really wanted to, they could access your phone's camera at any time. They could access your computer or smart TV, your Alexa, your digital security cameras. There is a wide range of technology constantly monitoring our world. Why on earth would they need to choose a video game, which is most often in the hands of teenagers who have nothing better to do? Yes, it's true that we are in a society nowadays that is too accessible. You can't walk a single step through a city without being spotted on someone's camera somewhere. Perhaps Pokemon Go really is a tool being used by the nefarious. Or perhaps it is just a video game that allows people like me to achieve our childhood dreams of actually experiencing Pokemon as close to real life as we can get. I hope you enjoyed this video. To be notified when I post next, click subscribe and ding the notification bell. I post new videos once a week on this channel. Thanks for watching, and come back soon, Cryptids.